I have come across concocted and inaccurate stories, fictitious, fabricated, and false narrative about how and when Christianity first came to Africa. I'll use 5 facts to demystify this myth. Fact number 1. One of the oldest Bibles is found in Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Bible is said to be one of the oldest Bible to ever existed. This Bible existed nearly 800 years before the King James Version. And this proves that the Bible was in Africa long before the white man came. Fact number 2. In the Bible, there's a story of the Ethiopian eunuch. This story is in the book of Acts chapter 8. And you'll discover that the Ethiopian eunuch was reading the book of Isaiah when Philip came to him and asked him, do you even understand what you're reading about? And as you read the story, you'll discover that the eunuch was really interested about the word of God. Eventually, even asking Philip to baptize him when he saw water on the side of the road while he was in his chariot. Historically, they say the Ethiopian eunuch is the first guy who brought the word of God in Ethiopia. And this is a long time ago. So that's another fact, that the word of God came to Africa way before the white man. Fact number 3. The Orthodox Church of Alexandria was in Egypt. And this church was like the first Christian church in that region. And it is said that the gospel was taken there by St. Mark. And through the Orthodox Church of Alexandria, we discover that the church broke into two. Of course, we find the Coptic sect and the other sect. And it was during the Islamic invasion whereby the church split. And one of those sects, the Coptic church, played a major role in spreading the word of God or the gospel or Christianity in Africa. So go back in history, read about the Coptic church in Alexandria or the Orthodox church in Alexandria, and you'll discover that these guys spread the word of God in Africa way before Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese, came to Africa. Fact number 4. Ethiopia established Christianity as the main religion in their country more than 1600 years before the white man spread the word of God in Africa. And this was established by King Ezana of Aksum. Aksum is the modern day Ethiopia and Eritrea. So you can imagine, this thing was done long time ago, more than 1600 years ago, before the Portuguese settled in Africa. Fact number 5. In the Bible, we find so many stories about Cush. And Cush means Africa. And in the Old Testament, Cush is referred so many times in the book of Jeremiah. At the same time, we find Zipporah, who was the wife to Moses, was a Cushite woman. Of course, there's a story about her being a Midianite, but in conclusion, if you read and do a lot of research in theology, you'll find that she was a Cushite woman. She's being referred as a Cushite woman. At the same time, we find interesting characters and people like Simon of Cyrene. And Simon of Cyrene is that guy, people who don't know about Bible classes and all that, that guy who helped Jesus to carry the cross. And Cyrene is the modern day Libya. Why am I saying this? Where am I going with this? This is just to show you that all these guys, all these characters were from Africa. And in short, they knew more about the word of God. Even in those days, even in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, I've just referred to Simon of Cyrene. So they came across the word of God long time ago, like long way before it was being spread in Africa. So in conclusion, the word of God came to Africa way before the white man came with it. We cannot negate the fact that the white men, who are called the missionaries, helped in the spread of the word of God, in the spread of the gospel. But that does not reflect that the word of God is a white man's religion. For those who rush to conclude that Christianity is a white man's religion, I've just given you 5 facts to demystify that myth. Christianity is not a white man's religion. Christianity was in Africa way before even the missionaries came. The missionaries really helped in the spread of the word of God, but they were not the first people to come with the word of God in Africa. Na neno litaendelea.